Since I am a big proponent of using medicinal plants, I'm dedicating today's video to turmeric. As an interesting fact, I will say that it's a plant from the ginger family, also referred to as Indian saffron. Its name comes from the Latin word terra merita, which means land of merit, and refers to its earthy color. If you are interested in the health benefits of regularly eating turmeric, I encourage you to watch this video. Before discussing the beneficial properties of turmeric, I will first briefly talk about the ingredients responsible for its medicinal effects. The most important group of chemical compounds present in turmeric are curcuminoids, and their main representative is curcumin. It's this component that gives turmeric its yellow-orange color. Interestingly, it's often used as a food colorant. If you happen to read food labels from time to time, you may see curcumin listed as E100. Its presence as a food additive only proves that not all such ingredients are worthless or harmful. However, products using curcumin as a colorant contain minute amounts of this ingredient, too small to gain any health benefits. Now that you know which ingredient gives turmeric its properties, it's time to discuss them in more detail. I must point out that most scientific research has been done on curcumin, not turmeric itself, hence I will be using the two names interchangeably. One of the most important health benefits of turmeric is its ability to lower blood glucose levels. Scientists have observed that the use of turmeric and curcuminoids can lead to a significant reduction in blood sugar levels at nearly 9 mg per deciliter. Based on these results, the researchers concluded that consuming turmeric could be a valuable adjunct to the treatment of patients with abnormal glycemia. The benefits of using turmeric include its effects on triglycerides levels in the blood. Researchers have shown that people who were given curcumin had a reduction in triglyceride levels by as much as 26 mg per deciliter and in the LDL fraction of cholesterol by over 11 mg per deciliter. This suggests that curcumin may protect the health of people who are at high risk of developing cardiovascular diseases, mainly due to elevated triglyceride levels or an unfavorable ratio of HDL to LDL cholesterol fractions. It is especially valuable for patients who have been diagnosed with dyslipidemia or abnormalities in their blood lipid profile. For example, its use can prevent the atherosclerotic plaque formation and, to some extent, further health consequences. Turmeric has well-documented anti-inflammatory properties. Many studies show that the use of curcumin is associated with a reduction in the levels of pro-inflammatory compounds such as C-reactive protein and interleukin-6. Of course, these properties translate into a tangible clinical effect. In 2016, a major scientific paper was published which confirmed that turmeric is effective in relieving joint inflammation. Researchers have shown that the use of curcumin can relieve pain and improve joint function in people struggling with knee osteoarthritis. Turmeric has also been found to exhibit antidepressant properties. Recent results from an analysis of numerous scientific studies have clearly shown that people suffering from depression who consumed curcumin improved their scores on the Hamilton scale, which is used to measure depressive symptoms. Simply put, curcumin can alleviate the severity of depressive symptoms. Interestingly, such an effect is more noticeable in men than in women. Additionally, curcumin has shown to have anti-anxiety properties for people with depressive disorders. In a study published in 2017, patients who were given curcumin experienced less anxiety compared to those in the placebo group. All of these data confirm that curcumin can be an important ingredient to support the effects of antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications. It appears that the health properties of curcumin may also benefit those suffering from ulcerative colitis. Researchers have shown that combining curcumin with mesalazine, a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug, was helpful in inducing clinical remission or reversing the symptoms of the disease. As many as 53% of the ulcerative colitis patients who took the drug in combination with curcumin experienced noticeable benefits compared to those who only used the drug alone. Additionally, another study showed that curcumin alleviates the inflammation in people with ulcerative colitis and reduces the activity of the disease. Speaking of digestive diseases, I must also tell you about the effect of turmeric on the course of stomach ulcers. Researchers have noted that consuming curcumin in combination with drugs used to eradicate the Helicobacter pylori bacterium responsible for ulcers can produce better results than the drugs alone. Incorporating curcumin into a standard treatment can relieve indigestion symptoms such as abdominal pain in patients with stomach ulcers. However, it should be noted that, unfortunately, curcumin has no significant effect on infection caused by Helicobacter pylori. In 2020, a major scientific publication proved that the use of curcumin can facilitate weight loss. Based on a number of conducted studies, researchers showed that people who consumed curcumin experienced a weight loss of approximately 1 kilogram. Here I must emphasize that this is not much, considering that these studies all lasted a few weeks. Please note that particular efficacy can be achieved by taking at least 1000 milligrams of curcumin daily for at least 8 weeks. There is one conclusion that can be drawn from these studies. The use of turmeric can help with weight loss, but one must follow an energy deficit diet. According to the literature on the subject, people struggling with liver diseases should consider including turmeric in their diet. Studies have shown that consuming curcumin can contribute to a significant reduction in blood liver enzymes in people suffering from non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. Additionally, it can reduce liver fibrosis. In one experiment, the researchers also noted that using curcumin can reduce blood bilirubin levels and prothrombin time. These are important indicators useful in assessing liver function. Besides that, curcumin is helpful in reducing the activity and severity of cirrhosis. I would like to pause for a moment and make a small request. If you find my videos helpful and would like to help this channel grow, please consider subscribing and, if possible, also clicking the bell icon next to it. That way you won't miss any valuable videos. Thank you very much, and now let's get back to the topic. Finally, I would like to mention one more possible application for turmeric. Well, many people recommend using it as a face mask, claiming that it eliminates skin discoloration, regulates skin tone, soothes irritation, and is even effective against acne by relieving inflammation. It's also said to help with wrinkles and remove dark circles under the eyes. Such a mask is usually prepared by mixing 1 tablespoon of turmeric with 3 tablespoons of natural yogurt and 2 teaspoons of honey. The paste prepared in this way should be applied to the face and left to dry. After about 20 to 30 minutes, it should be washed off with warm water. Naturally, it is recommended to cleanse the skin before the procedure. At this point, I would like to mention certain precautions. First of all, you should test the mask on a smaller area of skin, such as your wrist, to see if you are not allergic to the compounds present in turmeric. Second, remember that turmeric is a natural and intense dye. It may stain your clothing or towel, so consider using a paper towel, disposable utensils, and gloves. Immediately after washing off the mask, some discoloration may remain on the skin, but there is no need to worry, it will disappear after some time. However, it's probably better to apply such a mask before going to bed or when you don't plan to leave the house. Washing the skin with a cotton ball soaked in vegetable oil can be helpful in getting rid of these discolorations. Many of you are surely wondering about the best ways to consume turmeric. You can add it to the tea or use it as a seasoning for meat or rice. However, such spice amounts may be too small to get all the health benefits of this medicinal plant. I think a good solution to sneak in a little more turmeric is to prepare so-called golden milk. Mix together 1 cup of milk or a plant-based beverage such as almond milk, 1 teaspoon of ground turmeric, 1 teaspoon of honey, 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil, and a pinch of fresh ground ginger. You should also add a dash of pepper to the whole thing, as the curcumin present in turmeric is absorbed to a very low degree. In contrast, a compound called piperine, which is found in pepper, can significantly increase its absorption. Another solution is to prepare a so-called turmeric shot. This is a drink based on freshly squeezed orange and lemon juice with the addition of fresh or dried turmeric and ginger. You can find many recipes for preparing this healthy concoction on the internet. However, if you do not like the taste of turmeric but care about its properties, a clever way to get around this is to take dietary supplements with curcumin. If you choose this option, pick only those preparations that, in addition to turmeric, also contain piperine, which, as I mentioned, facilitates the absorption of curcumin. All the studies I have cited confirm that turmeric is one of the healthiest medicinal plants out there. We can all benefit from its consumption, so if you don't mind the taste of turmeric, I recommend incorporating it into your daily diet permanently. I also invite you to take a look at another one of my videos in which I will tell you about using cloves in your diet and why it is so beneficial. To watch it now, click on the thumbnail that appeared on the screen. That's all for today's video. Thank you for your attention and see you next time.